Hello guys, welcome to our new video about trigonometric ratios. In this video, you will learn how to choose the correct trigonometric ratio and how to use them. Let's move on. The trigonometric ratios. What is trigonometry? The name is so weird. Is it hard? Of course not. It's just a relationship between angles and sides in a right triangle. Now, let's learn the way of using the trigonometric ratios in a right triangle. We apply trigonometric ratios only in right triangles. We label the right triangle according to a specific angle. Opposite or OP as abbreviation. Adjacent or ADJ. And hypotenuse or hype. We are going to learn how to label a right triangle using these words. So, how to label a right triangle? We label it according to a specific angle. Let's take an example about labeling a right triangle. Example 1. Label the right triangle according to the angle x. Hype, which is the longest side, facing the 90-degree angle. Here is the hypotenuse side or hype. Adjacent, which is the second leg of the angle x, or the other leg of the angle x. Here is the adjacent side. Opposite is the third side of the triangle, or the opposite to the angle x. So label it OP. Very good. Now let's take another example to make sure that we know how to label a right triangle. Example 2. Label the figure according to the angle x. We always start by labeling the hypotenuse, which is the longest side, facing the 90-degree angle. Adjacent is the other side of the angle x, or the second leg of the angle. Opposite side is the third side of the triangle, which is opposite to the angle x. Now here is our teacher feeling happy, because now we know how to label. And we are ready to start using the trigonometric ratios. To use trigonometry, we're supposed to memorize all the trigonometric ratios. The sine, cosine, and tangent, using the word SOHCAHTOA. When we memorize the word SOHCAHTOA, it will be easy for us to memorize the three ratios. S means sine, O means opposite, and H means hypotenuse. That will lead us to the first ratio. Sine x equals opposite over hypotenuse. C means cosine. A stands for adjacent. And H for hypotenuse, which will lead us to the second ratio. Cosine x equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Now, T stands for tangent x, O for opposite, and A for adjacent. So TOA means tan x equals opposite over adjacent. If you are enjoying the video, please like and subscribe to get new math videos. Now, the steps of using the trigonometric ratios. First we label the sides, then we choose the correct ratio using SOHCAHTOA, then we substitute and calculate. Example 1. Find the value of x, correct to one decimal place. We start by labeling the triangle. Hypotenuse, which is the longest side, the adjacent, which is the second leg of the angle x, and the third side is the opposite side. Now we need to use the 8, and the x means adjacent and hypotenuse. Using the word SOHCAHTOA, we need to choose A, and H means ka, or cosine. Cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine 26 equals 8 over x. Now, using the cross multiplication, x equals 8 over cosine 26. This will lead us to 8.9 centimeter. So, remember that we label the sides, choose the ratio, then substitute and calculate. Very good. Let's take another example. Find the value of x correct to one decimal place, or to nearest tenth. We start by labeling the triangle. Hypotenuse is the longest side, adjacent is the second leg of the angle, and the third side is the opposite side. We will use the hypotenuse and the opposite. Using SOHCAHTOA, H and O at the same time means sine x. Sine x is opposite over hypotenuse. So, Sine 32 equals x over 4. X equals 4 times sine 32. X equals 2.1 centimeters. Now, the steps of using the trigonometric ratios to find a missing angle. Label the sides, choose the ratio, substitute, and use the inverse trigonometric ratios. Example: find the value of the angle x. First we label the triangle. Hypotenuse, which is the longest side and facing the 90-degree angle. Adjacent, which is the second leg of the angle. And opposite, which is the third side of the triangle. Now, using SUKATOA, A and H at the same time means cosine x. Cosine x equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Cosine x equals 14 over 16. Now, to get x, we need to use inverse cosine, or the cosine minus 1. On the calculator, press Shift, then cosine. X equals 29 degrees. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.